Hey everyone, this is Matt, aka the Black Wolf, and welcome to Black Wolf Gaming. Today, we will continue this video series talking about LYON. We'll briefly discuss the team like we did last time with FlyQuest, the players and coaches, as well as cast a light onto this developing LYON team to give all the NA fan base something to get interested in and invested in for this upcoming season. Alright, here we go. So LYON was founded back in 2013 to essentially be a highly competitive South American team. They actually only came up into the North American League this last year when it was dubbed the LTA, or for those of you who didn't follow it did follow it too closely, the LTA North. They did not start off too hot last year as an NA club, to be honest, just to be straightforward, placing about 7th or 8th, 7/8th.
As the team walks up here, Team Liquid not confident to force the Dragon anymore. There's the Galio ultimate coming down, engage from Lions. Team Liquid holding for now as they got Surdy as he looked for the engage with public execution. Not enough needlework now coming through from Impact. This is the team fight for Team Liquid.
Really not confident enough to step up and push Yunara off of this mid wave, so their approach into the walls are not that strong here.
Vegon was close. Now Pillar onto APA as they engage with public execution. The bouncy house goes through. UG re-engages. It's all about LYON. The ultimate's been popped. Yunara unleashed with Impact in front. Also shout out APA. He did get a lot of damage down before he went down, as now it's Lions again getting caught out here. But who's catching whom? As the hostile takeover will land onto 2, but Adi land away from the rest of the team. Impact in a 1v3 finds a solo kill while LYON flashes forward. No fear in the eyes of Team Liquid's AD carry. He's gonna dive the turret, double kill. Impact takes out Saint on the side as Surdy says, you know what, I want part of that one. Triple kill to LYON.
They have now made a flip into what I think, and once again this may be a personal hot take, a more veteran roster that has a chance to not only compete in the LCS, but maybe even on the international stage as well. The only returning players that we do have coming back from last year is their mid laner, Saint. This includes the coaching staff as well. Look, let's call it out is, they had a bad year last year, they weren't respected too heavily throughout the league, and they've been battling adversity with things like new players coming in, visa issues, and just kind of stemming into a lot of different problems that sort of seem to maybe play out in how they played last year. But how will LYON mold into a completely different team this year is yet to be seen. So this new roster has plenty of new faces. We have Dokla on top, we have Inspired in the jungle, Saint returning as that mid laner, we have Berserker coming in as the ADC with Isles as a support. This is a completely different dynamic than we've seen before, at least than what we've seen last year with this team. And I really only want to talk about them in this last sort of year and a half, 2-year stint where they were a North American club. So getting right into it, starting off with the only solo returning player, Saint. His name is Kang Sung-in. He is LYON's mid laner. He is 21 years old and he is from South Korea and is a Korean resident. He joined the team back in December 2024 and is contracted until November of 2026, so the tail end of this upcoming season. His social media presence is on IG, X, and Twitch. Follow him up there to get him some more likes, comments, and subscribes. So some quick facts on Saint. He was previously on DK Challengers in 2023 and 2024. Prior to that, he was on DWG Kia Challengers and Academy 2021 to 2023. His in-game name is actually a translation of his real name, which is obviously in Korean. Besides Saint, it also actually means adult. His favorite champion is Silas, but his favorite pro player is Faker. What a surprise there. He likes webtoons, specifically solo leveling. Personally, I haven't watched that, but I heard it's actually pretty good, so shout out to him for that. So getting right into the new players, my favorite current player, both last year and as far as for this year as well, unless I decide to get on the Griffin bandwagon, is now the jungler for LYON, Inspired. Real name, Casper Sloma. He is 23 years old and is from Poland, but he's currently a NA resident. He joined this past December and is contracted until November of 2027. Inspired's got a big social media outreach for those of you who don't already follow him potentially right now. And if you'd like to go fanboy on him as well, he has reach on X, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. So quick facts for those who don't already know a lot about Inspired. Last year he played on FlyQuest. And actually the last couple of years he played on FlyQuest. He was their star jungler. Previous to that he played on Evil Geniuses. Quick note, he was the first Polish player in the LCS. He was both the LEC and LCS MVPs, so that's under his belt as well. He was the LTA Player of the Year, which he's the only ever and will only ever be the only LTA Player of the Year. So he first hit Challenger when he was 14. He's a big, at least according to him, he's a big shot caller and control player. He can play the song Demons by Imagine Dragons on piano. I mean, what can't Inspire do? Can you file my taxes as well? Look, so maybe I'm pro Inspired. I don't really know what the community thinks, but there could be a lot of potential drama that ensues around Inspired. I think he was really frustrated with how last year ended on that international stage and some of the internal things going on in FlyQuest. I think his personality being that kind of control-heavy type player and being a shot caller, how is that going to play out for LYON and this new cast? Will it be better with these veteran players? You got Dokla, you got Berserker. Maybe more mature players with experience means less frustrations. Or it could be maybe too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. Who knows? Please don't cancel me for saying that. It's just an expression. But I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot to still debate with this team potentially centering around Inspired. So extending right off of the veteran aspect, we have the Sage Elder of this group, Dokla. Dokla's real name is Niship Doshi, and he is their top laner. He is 28 years old and was born in India, but is an NA resident. He joined the team most recently, and when I say most recently, I mean January of 2026, due to what I believe to be more visa issues with LYON's other top laner, and he is contracted until November 2027. So he's going to be here for a bit too, at least for 2 seasons. And he has a social media presence on X, Twitch, or just X and Twitch for those who want to support him further. Quick facts about Dokla. He's previously played on 100 Thieves, which was last year, which is where a lot of you might know him from. Previous to that, he was on NTMR, NRG, and CLG. His favorite champion is LYON, which is interesting to me because top laner. I mean, I feel like LYON's played more in the mid lane, but I really like the top lane LYON pick. And he started playing back in Season 3, I believe. Now, he debuted in 2018 on Optic Gaming. He's got some meme-ish content which circulated about the fact that he bikes to work. Maybe he's a Go Green supporter, maybe. And he loves to watch the NBA. Also, additionally, his favorite food is Mexican, but he hates tequila. Boo. Boo, no liking tequila. Personally, I like the Dokla pickup. I don't know if this is still taboo for me to say and admit, but I was actually a Blippo fan, so I thought their whole drama was interesting. I'm even more interested now that him and Inspired have paired up. It just seems so much more dramatic from the lens of LYON playing FlyQuest and the storytelling, even though obviously Blippo is no longer their top laner. So we'll definitely see how Dokla and Inspired maybe match up, pair up, sync, and kind of like where that can go. On to the bot lane now. The ADC for LYON is Berserker. His real name is Kim Min-chul. He is 22 years old and he is from South Korea and has Korean residency. He joined this past December and is only contracted to November of this year, so November of 2026. Berserker's social media presence extends to IG and Soup Live. For those of you that want to support him more, you can find him there. So quick facts about Berserker. He previously played on DN Freaks last year. Previous to that, on Kwangdong Freaks, Cloud9 more notably, and a little bit of time on T1. He started playing at 11 years old. Once again, a lot of these players really started playing young. I can't imagine even trying to understand this game at 11. His name to him represents his playstyle. Absolutely true. Very rushed down playstyle. And the animal that most represents him is a lion, which is ironic because he's playing for Lion now. And I wonder how much that actually played a part into it. Is this memeable content? I don't know. He likes TF's money passive in game, which is because he's a big fan of the money. So shout out to Berserker on that. Get your money, honey. I feel like if there's not a lot of hype on Berserker coming in, there should be. I really don't know exactly how his fan base is. He's played all over the place internationally, so I think it's kind of dependent upon how everybody feels about him playing for Lion and the cats that he's paired with this year. I feel like really a lot of the focus is on Inspired coming in this year. That's just me personally. Once again, I know that I'm an Inspired fanboy. I get it. But that being said, I think Berserker has great experience. He's played all over the globe. And he fits into the play style that I think this team wants to create. So, and essentially how they're going to want to play to maybe be successful into some of these other teams in the LCS. Once again, this is obviously depending on how these personalities mesh, which is really what it's going to come down to. So, Berserker's support down in the bot lane is none other than Isles. His real name is Jonah Rosario. He's 24 years old and is from Australia with a NA residency. He joined last December and is contracted until November of 2027. Isles' socials are X and Twitch for more of him and some of his content. So, quick facts on Isles. He played the last couple of years on Dignitas, which is where their assistant coach is actually coming from as well. Previous to that, he played on Peach Cats, Wildcard Gaming, and Cloud9. His favorite color is blue. I wonder if that's because he played on C9 or if it's because also it's Berserker's, or at least one of Berserker's favorite colors too. His favorite school subject was math. He is a Slytherin house representative, so big up Isles for that. And lastly, he feels like he's best represented by a cat, which is another great connection to Berserker in this. It has to be, I'm going to start the conspiracy now. Come on. Big cat, little cat, that's too easy. Berserker is a lion, he's a cat. Like, it's just, come on. It's like a little father and son, Simba and Mufasa type thing here. So that rounds up the players. Now on to the coaching staff. The new head coach of Lion this year is Rainover, a former player some of you ancient League of Legends fans might have seen on the stage at some point. His real name is Kim Yoo-jin. He is 30 years old and he is from South Korea with an NA residency. He joined this past December and is contracted to a day after Worlds 2026. And Rainover's socials are IG, Twitch, and X. And you can get at him there for everyone who would like to. Some quick facts on Rainover. He was previously the head coach of Team Liquid since December of 2022. So he had a really big stint there. Prior to that, he was on Mad Lions and Cloud9 once again from a coaching perspective. He hit it big on the coaching level when he was actually appointed to Cloud9's academy head coach position. They had an absolute breakout year under him, placing first for a couple of regular seasons. More specifically with him as a player, he was known for his Rengar and Rek'Sai gameplay, and he actually had a huge winning streak back when he was paired with Huni. I don't know if it's Huni or I doubt it's Honey. Maybe it's Honey. That ranged from the tail end of his time at Fnatic, which was like the last stint of the season, that spanned a couple seasons, which was absolutely phenomenal. It's a 32 game winning streak. That's insane to even imagine. I can't pair up a couple of wins on the Rift, let alone 32 straight. He doesn't enjoy champions without dashes, and he speaks fluent English. His pair on the coaching staff as assistant coach, or as I suppose I should start referring to it as the strategic coach, is Rigby. His real name is Han Earl. He's 30 years old as well, and is also from South Korea, but with a Korean residency. He joined this past December and is contracted to a day after Worlds 2026. Rigby's socials include X, Twitch, and YouTube. Please follow him there to get some more of his content. Some quick facts. Rigby coached Dignitas last year, as I mentioned earlier. He is kind of coming over with Isles, so I think they immediately have some sort of synergy there from a coach to player perspective. At least I hope. Previous to that, he coached Cloud9, Evil Geniuses, and Africa Freaks, as well as Clutch Gaming. So, a very interesting point about Rigby, he's actually never been a professional player. He actually started off as a translator for Kongdu Monster and became an assistant coach later on. I wonder how that kind of plays out from his strategic coach perspective. He's kind of been in it for a while, so maybe, I don't know, maybe that kind of keeps the emotional value aspect out of it and really just kind of keeps him analytical, which could be a really big bonus when paired with somebody with the experience of Reignover and some of the other players on this team. He also notably helped both Faker and Peanut back in 2017 to translate for their streams. And although he has not played as a pro, some of his favorite champions are Zoe, Silas, Ezreal, and Ahri. So to close things off, I don't know if it's a hot take because everyone seems to be on this Cloud9 bandwagon right now so far this year. But I think LYON is in a good spot to be competitive this year, honestly, whether that's both nationally within the LCS or on the international stage. I'm hoping their fan base and their fan pool can grow here in the NA scene since it's only their second year as a franchise here. I think they're kind of really going to have to build up in that fan base, but also build up in the context of just being a competitive team and getting everybody kind of respect them as a competitive team, especially coming from where they came last year. I think building that fan base can either help them grow with other incoming players coming in, but maybe allow them to sustain, hopefully, the team that they have now, which could be a really good roster within the next couple of years, so that they really don't lose any of them. I think the big contention point, like obviously with most teams, is going to be that personality mesh. I obviously don't know any of these players personally and what it's like to work in or play with them, but it's incredibly pivotal for a team to mesh to be able to succeed. Some of the benefits are there has been a lot of shakeup in the LCS team-wise this year, so many of these teams are going to have to just simply adapt with the fact that all of them are going to have to really adapt to their new rosters. But we shall see, though, as we all continue to obviously watch closely on what happens this year. And I recommend all of you to continue to watch LYON as they do progress, hopefully, throughout this year. Like always, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you would do me the honor, drop a like and subscribe, please, for more of these videos. This is only the second video in the series, more to come. So for all of you that have subscribed so far, liked the comment, and watched, thank you so much for your support. It does mean a lot to me. Lastly, to all of you out there, the hunt for understanding never ends, and the race for the throne never stops, and neither do we. This is Black Wolf Gaming. Until next time, thank you.